Shout out to
Girl Nisi with Deniese IncTru, where we shine a light on your truths and create space for conversations rooted in art, growth, and elevation. So let's get into it with our guest, Angel King. All right. So, Angel King, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on to the show today. So, what would you say are some of like the defining moments that have contributed to who you are today?
Wow, some of the defining moments, I guess, being brought up in the church, having a strong relationship with God, just a loving family and things like that.
Okay. What did your like earlier life look like in terms of stability and transition?
Okay, I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I was brought up in the Carolinas. I wasn't brought up in Charlotte, but I was born in Charlotte. Yeah, in the Charlotte area, country area, church. Yeah.
So have you ever experienced like a moment like that where something you learned caused you to see yourself a bit differently?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah, it's a lot of different moments. Well, maybe several moments like that. That after a while, yeah, after.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. How has your understanding of family evolved as your life has unfolded?
I don't know, just getting to know all of my siblings and in a different way as we grow older and learning their gifts and their talents and things like that, and learning to appreciate them, and I guess that would be it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I definitely understand that. Like, I found out like over time with even my own family, like my little sister, she has gift in singing as well, and we never really knew until like we just had that moment in time, just being able to gather together, like having those different family gatherings and things like that. We were able to see what all our gifts were, such as my older sister, she loves doing hair. Having those moments like that, so being able to branch off of that. And then when we saw that my youngest sister can sing, we were just dabbling around, what is that song, one like a Destiny's Child song one day, and my sister was like, okay, well, I'll play around with the tune, and she ended up doing that and found out she can sing too. So it's I can definitely see being able to evolve around those moments and definitely be able to have that experience with your family. So now I wanted to go into like music and inheritance. So your connection to music, it feels like it runs deeper than like surface level. So would you say that music was something that you were introduced to, or something that you later realized was already a part of you?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I do realize that it's very much a part of me. However, I guess little by little, all of my life, it was introduced to me. Yeah.
Good. All right. So little by little, you were able to gather that information, noticing that it has always been a part of you, a part of your upbringing as well. So when you begin to connect the dots between your life and your music, was there a moment where you realized that your relationship with music had roots beyond what you initially knew?
Absolutely. It goes really, really deep. Like all of my brothers and all of my sisters sing or play instruments or something within music, or either just entertainment. My parents and my uncles, my aunties, everyone.
It's deeply rooted. I see. Okay.
Yeah, it was normal for everyone. It was normal. It was so normal.
Yeah. Okay. So it was something that felt natural with your family, being able to see everyone sing, and the musicology is kind of like deeply rooted. That's how you were able to connect the dots into how that was able to come into your life, and being a singer yourself. So it's definitely great to tie in that your relationship with your family was able to keep you deeply rooted into what you were already familiar with. All right. So now I wanted to kind of go over like faith and foundation, that kind of goes more into that too. So you carry yourself with a strong spiritual grounding. How has your faith
Thank
influenced?
you.
You're welcome. How has your faith influenced the way that you make decisions? With your path being straightforward, how has your faith influenced the way that you make decisions when you're doing your music?
Good question. I have always told myself, to not let my good be evil spoken of. So I try to make sure that I'm very mindful in the songs that I do, and also I want to keep that authenticity, to fans and other supporters. But I'm very selective with what I do, with what I say, with how I say it, things like that. And I think that has something to do with my spiritual rooting and grounding. Um, Let me see. When I deal with people that are, I guess, like naysayers or people that come against me, that's another place where my faith really, really, really starts to operate, because I have to remember whose I am, who I am, and who God told me that I was to become. And I had to make sure that, I'm grounded, I'm flat footed, 10 toes down, that
Right.
I have my faith, you know what I'm saying? Because without faith, it's impossible to please Him. So I just want God to know that, I'm being faithful. I have faith in you, and everything that you said that's for me, God, I believe that it's for me. So when people come against me, I guess, my faith comes in, my grounding comes in, my spirituality comes in. And when they say what I can't do, I can then turn around and say, oh yes, I can. My father, my spiritual father, he said that I can. And because he said that, I believe it. So
Yes,
I
yes.
believe that my spirituality comes in like that. And a lot of times, with my group members, if they feel away, I'm always there to encourage them to say, look, we can do this, and a lot of times they're here for me so they can tell me, okay, Angel, don't forget, we can do this. So,
Right.
that type thing. So in this industry, Southern Soul genre, it's very difficult sometimes for females. It's
Yeah.
a male driven, genre.
Yeah.
However, we as females or whatever, we're here to stay. And I look up so much. I look up to a lot of the females in the Southern Soul genre, and I draw strength from them. And
Yeah.
as I see them go on, it makes me want to go on a little while longer too. So
See,
yeah, I hope I
that's and that's really good too, to be able to find the strength. Most importantly, with the foundation of God, um, being your main foundation, and then also gaining that level of strength with the encouragement, and being able to see the other female artists within the industry as well. So you're able to have that spiritual, that faith driven influence, and then have the influence through the good tidings with the ladies in the industry for Southern Soul as well. So I like how you mentioned that it does seem to be like a male driven dominant industry when it comes to not only Southern Soul, but just in general through the
yeah.
music itself. It does seem to be more male driven, and it's always good to have that level of support and influence from the other ladies within the industry too. But mainly and most importantly, having that faith based strength. So also wanted to go into like other things, into like choosing the musical lane that you're in, as you mentioned with Southern Soul. So your current musical space, it brings a different kind of energy. So what led you to choose that lane for yourself, and what does it allow you to express that you may not have expressed otherwise?
Wow. Okay. Another good question. Like I said, brought up in the church really heavily, singing a lot of gospel music.
Mhm.
I just wanted to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to
Yeah.
do something different. I wanted to do something fun. Um, Gospel music was fun, but gospel music to me was it's just a relation. It's just a relationship, my love song to God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I still do that on a daily basis. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something fun, and I think how that came about was, um, I think when our founder, Mr. Barino, Mr. Joseph Barino, when he said that he wanted us to go ahead and go into this music thing, whatever, and we sat down with Rico Barino, his son, our first producer, and he asked me, he said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "Angel King, what do you," well, at that time I wasn't Angel yet. He was still calling me Angel. He said, "What do you want to do?" And
Yeah.
then I just told him that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something fun. He was like, "You sure you don't want to do gospel?" And I'm like, "Well, probably throw some in there eventually, but yeah, I want to
Yeah.
do something, you know." He said, "So what about Southern Soul?" I said, "Yes, I think I'll try that." You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
Mhm.
good. So with the discovery or with your from your founder, you were able to kind of make that position it into your musical lane. Initially, just kind of thinking about gospel, but then noticing that with the gospel, that is more of a personable experience that you'll have. That it's a relationship with God. So your gospel is all the time, all day, every day. However, with going into the musical category with Southern Soul, it seemed like a very interesting thing to do, and you navigated more into that positioning for the lane that you wanted to express more into. So I really, really love that.
I can
Speaking
show
of,
another side of me, you know?
yeah, yeah. So to be able to kind of I mean, it's still with Southern Soul, it's still showing that being able to have that moment to express yourself from a very heartfelt soul expression area, but instead of it just being an intimate moment with God, you were expressing it more in a fun way with the public to be able to see that different side of you, which is very good in both aspects, because it's
Yes.
like it's the fragments of the gospel, but in a different light, a different way. So I
Believe it or
guess,
not, I suffered some backlash with that,
yeah.
you know? From those, yeah, from those that know that normally I've sung gospel in the past or whatever, or maybe
Mhm.
some people from that know me from churches and things like that. Like I actually, experienced some backlash from that. But
Oh,
my faith is still strong. My relationship is still there with God.
right.
And if I'm gonna listen to that music anyway, and some of them listen to it as well, I mean, why can't I sing it?
Right, right. So, and I don't really see the opposed to it really either, because I see it, it's still the same. You're still getting that rooting. It's still soul. It's still soul music. It's still a part and fragment of God. I don't see, me personally, I don't see the difference. But to have experienced that type of backlash just because, just going from the gospel to that, I can understand it on both ends, but it's your journey. As long as you have that intimate moment with God, I think that's what all counts. It's your life. So I did want to go on to like with the navigating from that particular, going from the gospel to Southern Soul, how you're able to navigate your like expectations. We're navigating expectations versus that of your own. So that's kind of like what we're discussing now. So when people already have an idea of who you should be, how do you stay aligned with who you know yourself to be a bit further?
I really, at this point, I do not try to hesitate in showing them all of me
Mhm.
because I think it's very important that they see all of me. So, with that being said, I think I'm a little bit better with showing every part of me, and all of it makes up who I am. So,
Mhm.
I make sure that even on my social media, that when I share my music, I'm also sharing maybe a Bible verse or a quote that has kept me through the day or something like that, to let
Mhm.
them know that in no way or form or fashion have I abandoned God.
Right.
If anything, God is speaking to me more than ever, and He's showing me the way to go, and He's maneuvering me through this thing called the music industry, and I really thank him for that. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you always make sure that you have that even when navigating like what other people may be expecting in the alternate you well within all of it, you're still expressing yourself. You're still being able to show the different parts of
Absolutely.
yourself. You're showing that you never navigated away from God, but you are also being true
Never.
to who you are. You're unveiled and you are
I'm
in your authenticity.
right. I'm praying to him more than ever.
Mhm.
I'm praying to him more than ever. I'm telling you, like, I mean, he's showing me, before my eyes what he can do. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, yeah, so I'm steadily with him. I'm always with him. It's a way of life for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
a chore, it's a way of life. Like when I wake up, I'm with him. When I go to sleep, I'm with him. All through my day, I'm with him all day long. So, I mean, that relationship has never, suffered in any way. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you're always so that's good. You're always in the spirit no matter what. You're always having that moment with God and you're still in your authenticity to show everyone that too
Right.
through your music and through your day to day. So
Shout out to D4.